Okay, we're going to start on the mat with a few stretches to our lower back. So come to sitting on your mat. Try not to use your hands if possible. Roll yourself back down, tucking in your pelvis and your core, and get yourself into the relaxation position. So as usual, we'll start with bringing our focus onto our bodies, forgetting about everything else that's going on for the rest of the day, thinking about your alignment, relaxing any tension in the body, having your feet light on the mat, and feeling that tripod of connection, the base of the big toe, the little toe, and the middle of the heel. So your feet are neither turned in nor turned out. And you feel the front of the foot lightly resting on the mat. No tension in your thighs. Relax your buttocks. Gentle switch on of the core, pelvic floor, lower abdominals. Lengthen your spine, openness across the front of the shoulders and also between the shoulder blades at the back. But keep your rib cage connected into the mat so you're never arching your back in any way. Shoulders gently away from your ears, arms lengthening by your side without any tension being created in your hands. Lengthening your neck, softening your face. And then just opening out our breath for a few breaths so we don't just take shallow breaths into our upper chest, but we get our full rib cage to expand, but still keeping our face soft, our mind focused. And keeping this sense of focus and release, let's start with our piriformis and glute stretches. So let's take our right foot to the outside of the left thigh, take hold of the right knee and draw diagonally up across the body to the left shoulder. Make sure the left knee stays out in line with the left hip, it doesn't drop into your midline. Make sure your right foot's right on the outside of the thigh, not just on the top of the thighs. You won't feel the stretch. And to increase the stretch, if you want to increase it, you just take your foot further up the outside of that thigh. So relaxing into this, don't create any tension in your shoulders. Keep your face nice and soft. Keep your breathing regular. And just keep pulling your right knee up towards the left shoulder and the left ear. Getting a really nice stretch in this right hip, right buttock. One of the right buttocks anyway. And now keep hold of your right knee and bring your left leg up and reach the right foot. So one hand on the right foot, one hand on the right knee. So use your hands and your left knee to draw your right leg towards your upper body. And let's do some ankle circles on our left ankle here. Let's loosen up that foot. So no movement at the knee, just try and isolate the movement at the ankle. And let's do some toe scrunches as well. Really scrunch your toes and spread them as wide as you can. Keep drawing your right leg up towards your upper body a little bit more all the time. And then the third stretch on this side, keep pulling your right foot, but now push your right knee away from you. Not the leg, just the knee. So you're pulling the foot, pushing the knee, still using your left thigh to have your right leg as near to your upper body as possible. And breathe into this. Try and keep everything else relaxed. And now drop your left foot back on the mat and let your right leg hang over your left knee, arms by your side, palms down to keep your shoulders stabilized. Slowly take your knees and hips over to your right. You can turn your head to the left, get a gentle stretch in the right side of the neck. So there's never arching in the back here. Keep your rib cage tucked in. Just let your right leg be nice and heavy over your left leg to draw this hip off. And if you're at all tight on the outside of your left hip, you'll get a nice gentle stretch. And I'm getting a nice stretch in my lower back as well. So just check you're not holding on to any tension in your right leg. It's relaxed over your left thigh. Keeping your face soft, especially your jaw. Shoulders staying where they were on the mat. And now come back to the center, pulling in your core. Get your back on the mat from the top to the bottom. Keep the legs crossed as they are and take them over to the left. Now your right hip comes off, but not your right shoulder. So to draw your right shoulder off a bit, right hip off a bit more, put your left hand on your right knee and you can draw that over, but only if you can keep the right shoulder on the mat. You're not turning onto your side. You're keeping your upper body stable where it was and rotating your lower body away from the upper body. Turning your head a little bit more to the right to get a bit more of a stretch in the left side of the neck. And then come back to the center, pulling in your core, never arching your back, and uncross your legs back to the relaxation position. So let's take your left foot to the outside of your right thigh, take hold of your left knee, and draw up across the body to the right shoulder. Keep the right knee out in line with the right hip. Adjust your left foot either slightly further up towards the right hip or not quite so high up, depending on where you get your stretch. But make your stretch enough that you're getting some benefit without it causing you to tense up in any way. We do these stretches really regularly in our classes because we always need them. So now keep hold of your left knee, bring your right leg up and reach your left foot. So draw both your foot and your knee on the left leg up towards your upper body using your hands and your right thigh. And let's do some ankle circles on the right ankle here. Keep isolating that movement at the ankle. Go in both directions. And then do your toe scrunches and stretching your toes away from each other as much as you can. Keep pulling your left leg towards your upper body. And now let's do the last stretch on this side. Keep pulling your left foot, but pushing the left knee. Still use your right thigh to keep your left leg as near to your upper body as possible, and breathe and keep relaxed into this stretch. And now drop your right foot back on the mat, let your left leg hang over, arms by your side, keep your shoulders stabilized on the mat and take your knees and hips over to the right. And your left hip will come off, but keep your left shoulder on the mat. If you want to draw your left hip off a bit more, then put your hand on your left leg and draw over, but keep the left shoulder relaxed and stabilized on the mat. And I'm turning my head to the left as well, so I get a gentle stretch in the right side of my neck. And come back to the center without arching the back, getting the back on the mat from the top to the bottom, and take the knees over to your left. It will draw your right hip off, but keep your right shoulder on the mat. And now it's your left leg that's drawing your right hip off, so you don't need your hand, but let your left leg be nice and relaxed over your right leg. And if you're at all tight on the outside of the right hip, which I am a little bit, it's getting a nice stretch there. So just relax into this. Turn my head over to my right a touch more to increase the stretch in the left side of my neck as well. Always that gentle engagement in your core. And then coming back to the center without arching the back, and uncross the legs. So we're going to do a gentle psoas stretch here. So bring your right knee up to your chest, holding onto it, and slide your left leg away without tilting the pelvis down. So keep the pelvis in neutral. So just draw your right knee in and stretch your left leg. Point your left foot. You're trying to get a gentle stretch. It's not very strong here, but at least it's a little bit of an opening out across the front of the left hip. We're going to take it to a psoas stretch, or front of the hip stretch, in a slightly stronger way later on. For the moment, it's just a nice gentle warm up here. Stretching the left leg away from you, drawing and hugging the right knee into your chest. Now bring your left leg back and bring your left knee up. Drop your right foot onto the mat before you lengthen it away. And let's do the other side. Just have a little glance at keeping the leg in line with the hip. So hugging the left knee, stretching the right, pointing the right foot. And then draw your right foot back, keep it on the mat, and drop your left foot back down. So we're going to go into the half teaser with rotation now. So bring your feet together in the center and take your legs away, your feet away a little bit. Keep them flat, but take them away as far as you can do that. So we'll start with our arms by our side. Keep the knees together. I'm going to start by straightening my right leg, and I'm going to keep the thighs together as much as possible. So we're going to roll ourselves up. Take a breath in to prepare. Breathe out, roll yourself up. And let's do rotation here. So hold on to your right leg and take the left arm out to the side. Come back to the center, hold on to the right leg with the left arm and take the right arm up, looking towards those fingers so you're getting that rotation in the spine. Have your arms up, tuck your pelvis under, come back straight. Make sure you don't wobble either side and then come back down. So we're going to do 5 more on this side. You can also start with your arms above the head, rolling yourself up and doing a rotation. We'll do a rotation on 3 of them. It doesn't matter which 3. You don't need to do it on all 6. 3 will be enough. And then tuck that pelvis under. Use your obliques and your abdominals evenly both sides to come back down. So just continue at your own pace. Using your abdominals, not your chest, or your shoulders, sorry, to come up. If you find that doing 6 on one side straight off is too much, then do 3 on one side. Swap over and do 3 on the other side, and then go back and do 1 more set of 3 on each side. So either start with your arms above your head or by your side. That's 4. So I'm keeping my knees together as much as possible. If you find that you have to lift the other leg up a touch, or it sort of comes off the mat on its own, or your knees don't quite stay together, then don't worry. As long as you're using your abdominals to curl yourself up, then that's fine. You'll gradually get them stronger, and then you'll find you can do them correctly as time goes on. So these are really good for working your obliques, the muscles that wrap around your rib cage and waist, as well as using all your abdominals at the front of your abdomen as well. I'm going to do some rotation on this side. I've got 3 more to do on this side. And then got one more after this. Tucking my pelvis under, coming down with my spine in the center, and one more. Excellent. So when you've done those, bring your feet back to hip width apart. We're going to do our hundreds. Let's use our light weights if you wish to. So we're going to do the hundreds in the classical style, where we start with our legs on the mat. Make sure you really keep them connected. It gives you a certain sense of stability and helps protect the pelvis a little bit. So when we curl ourselves up, we're still curling up to the tips of the shoulder blades, but we're taking the legs just off. And we're going to do the up and the down. So we'll raise our legs up on the in-breath and down to just above the floor on the out-breath. If you find that's putting any strain on your back, either connect with your core a little bit more or come back to your normal hundreds position, where you start in the double knee fold and then you extend the legs at whatever level you want. But if you want to give this advanced way a go, then do so. We're going to do the full 100. So nice and strong here. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, curl yourself up, lengthen your arms and extend your legs. And breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, and in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out, 2, 3, 4, 20, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out, 2, 3, 4, 30, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out, 2, 3, 4, 40, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out, 2, 3, 4, 50, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out, 2, 3, 4, 60, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out, 2, 3, 4, 70, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out, 2, 3, 4, 80, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out, 2, 3, 4, 90, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out, 2, 3, 4, 100. Lower the legs, curl yourself back down, and hug your knees into your chest. Well done. So that definitely opens up the breath, wakes up the abdominals. Hug your knees into your chest. And then from here, bring the knees back above the hips, hip width apart. Point your right foot up to the ceiling, and then your left. But hold on to your right leg. You're going to keep the legs hip width apart. So I do the scissors. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, curl yourself up. Lower the left leg and draw the right leg towards you, keeping straight behind the knee. Breathe in, bring the left leg up, swap your hands. Breathe out, lower the right. Always straight behind the knee on both your legs. You're breathing in to draw the leg up towards you, hugging it towards your upper body a little bit more to get that extra stretch. Breathe out, lower the leg. Stay curled up to the tips of the shoulder blades. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and out. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. And we'll do one more on the other side. Breathe in and out. Breathe in, bring your right leg up, then bend your knees, curl yourself back down, and hug your knees into your chest. Well done. And then come out of your double knee fold using your core, of course. And we're going to come to standing. So either if your back is bothering you, come onto your side to come to standing, or then lengthen your legs away, hands on top of your thighs, and roll yourself up to sitting. While we're here, let's get a nice stretch over our legs. And deep breath into the back of your rib cage here. And then sit nice and tall. So come to standing. And we're going to start with a side lunge stretch. So you're going to have your feet wide, toes pointed out, away from you. And try and keep both your toes pointed out when we do the lunge and use your core for stability rather than turning your foot in and using your foot. So I'm going to lunge the same way as you, so it'll be the opposite side. So I'm going to start lunging over towards, you'll start lunging towards your right. So first of all, bend your knee. On the first one on each side, you have to adjust the feet because you don't want the knee going beyond your foot. Use this hand for keeping the knee out and then bring this arm up and over. So keep your shoulders open facing the front, not facing the floor. Breathe in, reach your arm over your head to bring the bottom rib away from the pelvis. Come up using your core, not your shoulders, and back to your starting position. So now get this lunge on this side, keep the knee out, and bring your arm up and over. So you're pushing the knee away from you as much as you can. You're using your arm above the head to create that space in the waist, and then using your core to come back to the center. We'll do 2 more each side. So just go at your own pace. Get the lunge first, each time trying to lunge a little bit deeper, and then bring your arm over to get the side stretch. Keep your back leg straight and the toes pointed out, using the core to come back up. Get the lunge a little bit deeper, tiny bit deeper each time. Keep the leg out. And then come up. And then the lunge. Come back up. And the lunge a little bit more. And then come back up and heel toe your feet back to hip width apart. Oops, sorry, I just moved my mat a bit. There we go. Okay, let's do a standing hamstring stretch. So come to standing lengthways on your mat. Take one leg. I'm taking my right leg in front of me. You don't have to take it very far. Bend my left knee, but keep my right leg straight. And then draw my body down over my right leg. Keep the toes of the right foot down for the moment. Just get that nice stretch behind the knee. And then you can lift the toes up. Still keep the right leg straight, but bend the left knee a touch more. Hold on to you. Ideally, if you can hold on to the underneath of your foot or just as low down on your leg as you can. And just drawing your body down. And drop your right toes. Tuck your pelvis under. Roll yourself up back to straight legs and bring your right foot back. So take your left leg just a little bit forward. Keep the left leg straight now, but bend the right knee and lower your body over your left leg, holding on to wherever you can reach. Holding onto the leg to draw your body down a bit more. And then bring your left toes up, hold under the foot if you can. Draw those toes towards you. Still keep the left leg straight. And then drop your toes, tuck your pelvis under, roll yourself up, back to straight legs and bring your left leg back in line. So come to standing at the end of your mat. We're going to do the roll downs, going into plank, but instead of doing the press ups, we're going to do our Achilles stretch where we take one leg off the mat, take the whole body, keeping it in that plank, so as you rock back through the other Achilles, you're not lifting your back or your bottom. So let's get ourselves into good standing posture before we start. Pelvis in neutral. Try and keep the buttocks switched off, but we'll switch on the core. Keep your weight centered over both your legs. You're not on one leg more than the other. Try and keep your legs hip width apart. Breathe in and lengthen through your spine. Breathe out, roll your neck down. Keep your weight through the center of your feet. Don't go back onto your heels. Keep your head relaxed, your arms relaxed. Come all the way down, and we'll stay down here for a breath before we walk ourselves into the plank. Breathing into the back of your rib cage, Stretch those muscles either side of your spine. And now walk your hands out into a plank. So keep using your abdominals for that sling of support underneath. Bring one leg up and rock back 3 times through the other ankle. Then drop that foot back down. Keep the pelvis and the back absolutely still doing this. Take the other leg up and rock back 3 times on the other foot. And drop that foot down. Come into your long downward dog. Taking your head as near to the mat as you can, your heels as near to the mat as you can. And now walk yourself back and we'll do our calf stretches, walking on the spot. Let's just do 8 of these. Really easing your heel down to the mat. Keep the hips level as you do this. Come back onto tiptoes each time. And then when you've done your walking on the spot, see how far you can get both your heels to the mat. And then walk your hands all the way back. Do a flat back stretch here, holding on behind your legs and drawing your body down. And then roll yourself up, restacking your spine from the base all the way up to the top. And let's continue doing these, breathing. We're going to do 5 in total. So go at your own pace. If you find you don't like to do the plank where you take one leg off, then you can just stay in your plank for a few breaths. Always at the bottom of your roll down, stay there for a good breath. Get that nice stretch through the back of your legs and then walk yourself into plank. Get yourself into the plank first, shoulders away from the ears, open across the front of the chest. Use your abdominals. Take one leg off and rock back 3 times through the other heel. Then drop that foot down, swap over. Drop that foot down, come into a long downward dog. Breath here before you walk yourself back into your position for your calf stretches, walking on the spot. Amazing how quickly this eases up. It's a really good exercise, that. Ease both heels down and walk my hands back. Flat back stretch. And then rolling up. Breathe in to lengthen through your spine again. So it's really almost 3 exercises in one, this. So as you roll down, don't let the shoulders close in on each other. Keep the face soft. Keep your heels grounded and lengthen your buttocks away from the heels. And then do your 3 ankle stretches on each one, keeping the body flat. You're not lifting your body when you rock back. You're going straight forward and straight back, not up or down. Trying to keep the feet hip width apart. So just check that they haven't crept in next to each other or you've gone away from each other. If you're quite loose on the calves now, you don't need to do 8. Probably just do 6. So we've got 2 more to do. We're going to add the extra hamstring stretches when we walk ourselves back on the next two, so we can really open up the hamstring. So hopefully each roll down you find you can go a tiny bit further. As you swap legs, make sure that you're not tilting your body. As I say, keep your feet hip width apart when you drop them back onto the mat. And this time, when you walk your hands back to your feet, let's do this extra hamstring stretch. So bend your knees so more of your hand can reach the mat than could otherwise do. So keep those knees hip width apart. Keep your hands in that new position. Slowly and carefully see how much you can straighten your legs behind the knees. So you're lengthening your buttocks away from your heels, really. Do 4 or 5 of these. It really opens out the hamstring nicely. Stretches behind the knee. And then roll yourself up. The last one. Breathe in to lengthen through your spine. Roll yourself down. Stay at the bottom of the roll down for an extra breath. Walking into plank. Swapping over feet carefully. Long downward dog stretch. Really getting your head towards the mat now. Hips up in the air, heels towards the mat. One more set of calf stretches. So if you find you really were loosening up and finding it way too easy to do your walking on the spot, don't take your hands back so near to your feet. Make it much longer, a bit more challenging. If you still really stretch that heel down to the mat, stretching it down. And then walk your hands back. I do an extra hamstring stretches here again. So bending my knees so more of my hand can reach the mat. So if you find you can get your hands flat on the mat in front of your feet, bring your hands to the side of your feet. And then roll yourself up. Well done, good. So I said earlier on that we'd open out our psoas, the front of our hip, a little bit more. So we're going to do that with a front lunge stretch, and then we'll go into pigeon. So let's roll ourselves down again and walk ourselves out at a 4-point kneeling this time. So walk yourself out. You might need to adjust yourself when you get on the mat. So you want to have your knees under your hips, your wrists under your shoulders. Keep those feet hip width apart. And you want to get your pelvis in neutral. So you're not too dipped, but you're not arched. So just a gentle connection. If it makes sense, these hip bones at the front, again, there has to be a sort of vertical line down towards the mat. But it's like you can just get this spoonful of water in your back here. So bring your right foot up between your hands. Lengthen your left leg away a bit. Just glance around that you're keeping it in line with the hip. And when you lunge, this knee, the right knee, does not come in front of your right toes. If it does, bring your right foot further forward. So come onto your fingertips and lunge forward on your right leg. So you're also getting a nice opening through the front of the left hip here, but you'll get a nice stretch in the right leg as well. And then bring your hands onto your right knee and lunge a little bit more. Then tuck your toes under. You're not lifting yourself up, you're just straightening that left leg, and bring your arms up. Then drop your hands back onto your right knee, drop your left knee back down, untuck your toes. Put your hands back on the mat, but a bit nearer to your left knee now. Take your body back towards your heels, your bottom back towards your heels, and straighten the right leg. Bring your right toes up, and then turn your whole leg, not just from the ankle, but the whole of your right leg into the midline and away from the midline. Do 3 of these. And then take your weight forward a little bit more and put your right foot between your left wrist and your left knee. And then come forward onto your elbows. And if that's very strong, stay there. If you want to take it a bit further, you can take your left leg away a bit more and take your arms further above your head and get your forehead to relax on the mat. So you can play with this a little bit more, just shifting the hip to either sort of get your hip bones parallel to the mat or just slightly tilted, and find your best stretch into your right hip. Wherever you feel, oh, that's really where the stretch is, then stay there. And we'll stay here for a few breaths, relaxing into it. So keep the breathing soft and regular. Try and relax all your body. If it gets too intense, then you can just come out of it a touch to a point where you're still getting the stretch, but it's not too intense. And now slowly come out of it. Walk your hands back, release the right leg, and come back into 4-point kneeling. And probably come forward a little bit on your mat so you've got space to take the leg out. So now let's do the other side. So bring your left foot up between your hands, lengthen your right leg away, keeping it in line with the right hip. Come onto your fingertips to begin with and just lunge forward on the left side. And then you can bring your hands onto your left knee and lunge a little bit more. And then tuck your right toes under, just take the knee off the mat, stretch the leg, and bring your arms up. Then bring your hands back onto your knee, drop your right knee back, untuck your toes. Hands back on the mat, but nearer to your right knee now. Take your body back, bottom back towards the heels, straightening the left leg with the toes off, and then do your rotations into the midline and away. Rotating from your upper thigh, not just from the ankle. 3 of these. And then bring your hands back up and take your left leg now between your right hand. If you need to, you can just use your hand to do that. And then lengthen your right leg away a little bit more. And gradually come down into it. Remember, each side is slightly different. You might be able to go different levels on one side to the other. So just listen to your body. Don't force anything. Release it at one level before you take it into the next. Again, you can adjust your hips to work out where you're getting your best stretch. And then breathe into this for a few breaths. And then slowly come out of it, walking your hands back up, release the leg, come back into 4-point kneeling. Have your knees wide, feet together, and come back to sitting on your heels. So first of all, keep the toes untucked here so we get the stretch through the calf, front of the calf, and then lean back to get that stretch through the knees. You're not arching your back, keep your pelvis tucked under. You can put your hands behind you if you want to take it a bit more. So you're bringing your hips up to the ceiling, tummy in. And then come back up, and now tuck your toes under and sit back onto your heels. If you find that you're not getting any stretch here, but you were getting a really good stretch in the first one, then go back to that. But if you're getting any kind of stretch through the sole of your foot, let's stay here just for a couple more breaths. And untuck your toes. Good. Let's do some core work. Get your mini stability ball if you're using one. So roll yourself back and then put the ball underneath you. So remember, it tends to tip your pelvis to the south when you first get on the ball. So keep the pelvis back in neutral, never any arching in the back, but using the core. Get yourself stable. If you want to have your arms wrapped around your waist, you can, or have one arm and one arm by your side. The elbow needs to be completely off, sort of not just subtly resting on the mat. And if you have one arm, then every few repetitions you're going to swap that arm. So get yourself stable and then come in to your double knee fold. Okay, so we're going to first of all just do the sort of like the single leg stretches, legs, where we take one leg out, draw back in. So breathe out, pull in the core to lengthen the leg away. You can either take it low or high, and then draw that leg back. So you're using your core. We'll do 10 of these, alternating. Don't do 5 on one side, 5 on the other. So really pull in that lower abdominal, suck in the pelvic floor. Keep the shoulders relaxed. So 2 more on each side. Last one. And now bring your arms above your chest, palms facing each other. And we're going to, this takes a lot of concentration, so really pull in your core. You're going to take one arm out to the side as we lengthen the other leg away. Use your core each way. So we're going to do 10 of these. Oops, out to the side, not straight out. A bit of coordination here as well. So keep going at your own pace. Got one more on each side to do. Actually, I think I started on the other side actually, so I've got 3 more to do in total. Last one coming up. And when you've done your 10, then come out of your double knee fold, out arching the back, still using your core. And then take the ball away and roll your spine back down onto the mat. Well done. Okay, so we haven't done the rollovers for a couple of weeks, so let's give a go. Make sure you don't have a head mat. I'm going to take my clip out at the moment. So you can come into a double knee fold if you want to start with your legs above your hips, have your arms above your head, or if you want to do it with your arms here, then you can do that. Or you can start with your legs on the mat. As you lower the legs, you don't arch the back, so really work hard from this core. So we're going to do 6 in total. If you find that you can't do all 6, then do some roll-ups instead. For goodness sake, don't have any momentum. You must only use your abdominals, not put any pressure into your lower back. So I'll let you go at your own pace. You bring your legs up and you just keep rolling them over. You're never coming onto your neck. So maybe to begin with, your feet won't touch the floor, but as your back lengthens, then you'll be able to go a bit further. It's not by going further up your back, it's by the fact that your back is lengthening that you'll get your toes down onto the mat. So don't worry if you don't manage that. So lift your heels to the ceiling to bring your legs over you, so you're using your abdominals. You're not pushing off. And lengthening your spine back onto the mat one at a time, always lengthening away from the neck. Nice and slowly. If you manage to find the floor, and even if you don't actually, you can put your hands on your feet, draw your toes towards you, lengthen the heels away and push through your back to get that nice stretch. And then come back with your arms in whatever position you had them, either above your body or above your head. So if you don't have straight legs, you're going to have bent legs with your ankles crossed, keeping your knees hugged into your body as much as you can. I seem to have lost count, but just do a couple more. And again, when you come back down on the mat, and as you come up, you're keeping your spine in the center. You're not going off to one side. Otherwise, you're using one side of your body more than the other, and you'll strengthen your muscles unevenly. The last one, coming back down and back onto the mat. And then bend my legs back into the relaxation position. So let's come onto our front, and we're going to do the Cobra. So roll over, or roll yourself up. I'm just going to put my hair up out of the way again. So we're using the back muscles with the Cobra, both to lift our chest away from the mat, but also to get a nice curve in our back, the opposite way to what we've just done with the roll overs. So have your legs wider than your hips, the heels towards each other, toes away. And then have your arms in a position where your thumb is pretty much in line with the temple, your temples, and your eyes, which is level with the top vertebra of your spine. Shoulders nice and open across the front and away from your ears. Make sure that your hip bones are gently connected with the mat without using your buttocks. Try and keep your buttocks out of this. We're going to do 6 cobras. So just do it at your own pace. When you roll your imaginary marble away, you're pulling in your core but not your buttocks. Get that gentle curve in your neck. Then use the muscles between the shoulder blades to lift the chest away. And then you just transfer some weight into your hands. Never push off with your hands, only lifting your chest away from using your back muscles. Stay up here for a full breath, if not two, especially on the first few as your back adapts to this new position. Keep your tummy scooped in as you come back down, always lengthening your spine away from the pelvis. Keep the shoulders relaxed and end with your neck and your head. So 5 more in your own time, breathing in to prepare, breathing out, pulling in the core, rolling your marble away, and lifting the chest and the rib cage off the mat, but not the hip bones. Take your head back a bit more if it's okay with your neck. If any sense of discomfort, then don't take your head any further back. And as you come back down, keep your tummy scooped in. And lengthen your spine back on the mat from the base up to the top. So when you're up in the full Cobra, or whatever level you are, keep those hip bones down and lengthen the pelvis away from the hip bones. There shouldn't be any discomfort in your lower back. If there is, don't come up quite so high, or check that you're not just pushing off into your hands, in which case you're just hinging at one particular point in your back and not getting that nice even curve. Use those back muscles for as long as possible when you come into your curve, into your Cobra, and when you come back out of the Cobra, get your elbows onto the mat as soon as you can, so you start using your back as soon as you can. So 2 more. I love this exercise. It's just such a nice feeling to open your back in the opposite way to what we normally do. You feel your back muscles working. Get that nice stretch, the front of the body. We stretch our back a lot, not so much the front of our body. And last one. When you've done your Cobras, come into your rest position or come onto your back to hug your knees into your chest. So rest position, knees wide, feet together, so you've got that nice triangular support. Get your forehead onto the mat, reach your arms above your head. Try and get your heels as near to your buttocks as near to your heels as possible. And stretch your arms above your head, elbows off, get that nice stretch of the upper back and the upper arms, and breathe into your back here. Really feel your ribcage expanding at the back. 3 nice deep breaths. And once more. And now don't push off with your hands, but scoop in your core. Stay sitting on your heels if you can, or come into high kneeling if your knees don't like that. And then sit nice and tall. So let's end with the sitting stretch. So come to sitting either on the mat on your sit bones, or you can use your yoga block. But sit nice and tall. Have your legs initially in line with the hip, and then keep the left leg straight and bend the right leg so that the sole of the right foot's on the inside of your left leg at whatever level is comfortable. It doesn't have to be high up, it can be lower down. Lift up out of that lower back, Walk your hands down your left leg. Hold on to wherever you can reach and stretch from your lower back, drawing your body down over your left leg, drawing your upper left foot towards you, so the ball of the foot and the toes, breathing into your back here, and then walk your hands back up your leg. Put your left hand on your right knee, rotate through the waist and the rib cage to turn around over your right shoulder. Put your right hand near your lower back, so you're not leaning back, you're sitting tall. Look over your right shoulder. And then bring your right arm over your head in the direction of your left toes. Point your left toes now and reach away out of that right waist, that bottom rib, reaching and lengthening away from the hip, keeping your arm above your head, and then sit tall, once more looking over your right shoulder. Get a bit more rotation. Use the left hand on your right knee to get a bit more rotation, and then come back to the front. Let's do the other side. So straighten your right leg, keep the right leg in line with the right hip. Bend your left leg at whatever level is comfortable. Always get yourself back on your sit bones, so you really feel those sit bones there. Lengthening up from your lower back. Walk your hands down your right leg. And then lengthen from your lower back, pulling the ball of your right foot and the toes towards you. Keep straight behind the right knee. Breathe into your back. Then walk your hands back up your right leg. Put your right hand on the left knee. Rotate through the waist and the rib cage to look over your left shoulder. Sitting tall. Now bring your left arm over your head in the direction of your right toes. Point your right foot and lift the bottom rib on the left side away from the hip. Breathe into that rib side, that rib cage and the left side. And then sitting tall, place your hand behind your lower back again, and one more rotation over your left shoulder. And then unrotate back to the center, straighten your legs and give them a little shake. So that's the end of the class this morning. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed that.